So, last time on RWBY, we're a little bit late with getting this review out, and by a little bit late, I mean like there could have been like 3 more episodes, and we would still be on time, but we're not. So anyway, we're gonna.
If we did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
2.5 maybe.
Yeah. Sorry guys. I don't know about. We have no idea what the fate of our channel is going to be like in the fall of 2015. I'll be honest. So I would like to keep doing reviews for the summer, but who knows. But for now, we'll talk about the things that went on that don't involve my cell phone going off, and Ruby and Mount Glen, and a dog that gets shot out of a rocket. Okay.
That we want to mention again in this episode.
Yeah.
In fact, I might have that part out. That should be a running gag. I just edit out all references of the dog, including that one I just mentioned. So it's like, I just edited out all references of the... And we're going to keep going on without that. Should be a thing.
Okay,
you
so...
can try it, yeah.
So yeah, we have... What is the professor's name? The
Oobleck.
Coffee guy, Oobleck, yes.
Yes.
He asked them why...
Dr. Oobleck!
Why they want to be all heroes and huntresses, more specifically. We got past that. And then Ruby gets kidnapped in the middle of the night after going to investigate.
Get kidnapped if by you fell in a hole.
Yeah.
Fell in a hole and could
That
not
hole
hand-to-hand
kidnapped the
fight.
shit out of her.
She gets hole-napped.
Alright, that's how
Oh god. She's only 15. That's so awkward.
Wow.
That won't stop some
Be
people.
quiet. Why'd you go there with that?
Because it was already evident after he started. Keep it. I don't care.
But, yeah, dude. What was up with her not being able to hand fight?
That was
like,
pretty shitty. I thought that was kind of stupid. Couldn't do
Yes.
anything against
they were
Torchwick
talking about
without,
that at NECO.
without her scythe. I was like, ooh, not good. Not good. You should be able to do something once Crescent Rose is gone.
Exactly.
Mind you, she's never been a match for Torchwick anyway, so, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because like when you're using the weapon, you assume that she would have some strength. And then as soon as she punched, she couldn't even take out a grunt. Like...
Yeah, that was some bad stuff there. But then we have the train.
Oh, the
And-
train, yes.
Okay, now I did like the train. I did like with a lot of these one-on-one battles that I didn't expect us to see. You know, as much as I like the not my phone going off, as much as I like the battle with the giant robot and all the combos and stuff, which I wouldn't have minded seeing again in the battle with the Grim in the city later on.
You mean like team
Yeah.
fighting? Yeah, I would like that too. I would like that.
As much as I like that, I did also like getting to see those fights happen, like a lot of one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Yang against Neo, who still doesn't talk, but knows flying Raijin. I mean, instant transmission. I mean,
Raven.
she can use dark passages.
Substitution jutsu.
That's
Yeah.
her name, Raven.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about Neo still.
Oh, Neo
Yeah,
still?
talking about Neo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, and getting
thought you said
saved
she
and
knew
getting
her.
saved by Raven. Yes. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes. Because that was very interesting. Like, she couldn't do shit against her. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she was all just, all defensive the whole time, and then like, just moving around the entire time, and then like using her Yang strength every time she would try to even like land anything against her.
Yeah. I did really like Weiss against that. Do we even know who that is?
He was
some
the
random-
lieutenant from the opening, from the scene where like we first see them introducing Torchwick to the White Fang, like.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so he was decent. He was decent. All right.
Yeah, he was. I was surprised Weiss lost. Like, you just see her like get thrown out. Like, really, Weiss? I thought you had this. Come on.
Not everyone can be as cool as multi-elemental Shadow Clone Blake over here.
Oh my god, that was so awesome.
Yeah, that
and
was
then
sick
she
as shit.
bitch kicked Torchwick like it was. That was so funny.
I find that very interesting that it is Blake who has come out to be the strongest of the team. It's a very interesting thing. I mean, she probably has the most combat training, let's be real here. Like, growing up in the White Fang like that.
And eventually, to an extent, the most diversity.
Yes. Because how easily she was able to just use the dust clips like that.
Oh yeah, she just got him like,
Yeah.
a few minutes
Well,
ago.
Because she broke.
Hmm?
No, she probably broke. She probably a broke-ass college student like us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
She's not fucking heiress to one of the Fortune 500 companies of Vale.
True.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's basically a monopoly too for them.
Who knows? Let's
I
see.
got slave labor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
It's
my
the best kind. Oh.
Then the train blowing up and all that fun stuff, and it being a bomb. Well, it was interesting.
No, it's not one bomb.
No,
it's
it's-
many
Well,
bombs.
I mean, mini bombs. I know, but each car was its own bomb.
Yes, and then like getting all the Grim and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool enough.
Yeah, I do like the end result of that, like giant ass battle with the Grim in the city, and I'm waiting for that soundtrack to come out.
There's a couple indie release.
Yeah, they kind of have been slacking on that.
I mean, they released one for one of the charity streams not too long ago.
But
One
it's
for
not
what?
like it's not
What
like
do you
call
a,
it?
it's not like
It was the
iTunes,
one from the
the robot battle.
Oh,
No.
releasing songs?
they released one of the songs from the End of the Dance Party one, I think it was.
Boo.
Episode 7, I heard other.
Mm-hmm. Infiltration.
I only know about the one the full theme. That's the only.
Oh
one.
yeah, I mean that's the only one that's out right
I mean
now.
the full
Yeah.
theme.
It's time to
The
say
full-
goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, they really shine like a week or two ago. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't know about
Okay.
that.
See, because there's Shine, and then there's the fight there's the one with the robot battle, and then there is
Mm-hmm.
what's the other one that I'm thinking of? The one at the end. That was an
I
interesting
can't
one.
remember.
There
No,
were
in the-
two different endings. Episode 6 and 7 were ones I was interested in. They
Mhm.
released 7, which was Shine,
Uh huh.
and they still need to do 6 and the one from the robot thing.
Yeah, the one from the robot thing, and
Oh,
then,
yeah, the
and then
robot.
episode 12 with the final.
The one Yang goes Super Saiyan, right?
Well, that references Yang, but the one in the final battle in the city with the Grim, I'm very curious to know what it's talking about.
Or to get a full transcript of it.
Yeah, like a full thing of it, because I hear like some girl in a car and like finding somebody, so I'm kind of wondering what are you talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, battle in the city with the Grim.
A little disappointed.
A little bit.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I agree with Dan. Team Coffee was cool.
Most of it, yeah.
I want to hear your.
They called out they hadn't done the Velvet thing yet,
Yeah.
which I guess I do and don't like.
Yeah.
It's like you call attention to it.
No, I don't
Like,
like.
I don't
Reveal
like.
it, though.
But yeah,
I don't mind them not revealing it, but if they call attention to it, kind of like, all right, guys, come on.
But didn't they
You know what
say they
you're
would
doing.
reveal it this volume though?
I
kind of
don't-
thought so.
I thought I heard someone say
See,
that.
okay,
but I don't remember.
I expected
During
to
the
see.
diary.
I expected to see some tournament stuff this season too.
Yeah.
And it like
Sad.
slowed down, and we got here and with this mission and stuff, and the mission was all right, but it wasn't like.
This entire season, practically, though.
Yeah, it pretty much was working up to that instead, and now. It's almost like their second semester is cutting. No, I guess the tournament will be when they're sophomores or.
Yeah, sophomore, second year.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of the characters that are being introduced recently, it's kind of like
Oh wait, tournament? Tournament's end of this year,
they're
right?
interesting characters. In that, I'm sure you'll remember this. Neo and Minigun Chick.
Mm-hmm.
They remind you of a specific someone, don't they? Like, if they had to design a character for Rwby, they'd probably make one of those, wouldn't they? A specific, energetic young female. Shows up here often.
Shows up here often. Oh.
Yeah, she would make those characters, wouldn't she? I have a hard time, but like yeah, that's definitely you.
Wow.
Like, that bothers me a bit. But, the entry's Adam. Adam's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that'll be.
He's a pseudo-villain.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough.
Yeah, that was a
Or as I'm going to refer to him as a third party until otherwise noted.
I agree with that.
yeah. He just
There's
comes
just
up.
something.
He's not all bad, but he's not all
no, he's
good.
not. He's not.
Like, he's not good, but he's not all bad, so
Mm-mm.
there's that.
From what we know, from what Blake was saying earlier.
I guess I just wanted to feel. I wanted to feel like season 2 had a. The ending just wasn't what I wanted. I guess it wasn't bad, but it was like there could have been more. I guess I wanted more of it.
Well, it also didn't help that you missed the after credit sequence the first time you watched the final
It
episode.
did.
Yes.
It did.
Didn't help you with that.
I'll admit that I have watched it since, but
Yeah,
I was
no,
just
I
like,
remember.
oh wait, what? Yeah, you sort of missed the scene with the dream sequence possibly and stuff, and how she looks more like Rwby than Yang, even though she has Yang's fiery eyes and.
They had the same kind of shape hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is
But
an
they do
anime. You
have-
can get what kind of shape hair you want.
Yeah, exactly. And you can also notice they do have different facial features. They're not like other people are like, oh, they're twins. Oh, they're looking like no,
Bullshit.
they're not exactly the same. like,
I kind of like the fanning they gave her better than Raven, though. I liked Vermilion a lot.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
I didn't
cool,
hear
though.
about that.
I like that.
That sounds like a cool. So that was like a fan.
Or if anything, make her
They released Raven like within a day or two.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
see,
I remember going on to like the subreddit immediately afterwards, and it was all Vermilion.
the name of her semblance should be Vermilion Door or something.
I would probably go with Gate.
Yeah, Gate is better. Vermilion Gate. Yeah.
Or some other synonym for
Vermilion
Gate.
Passage, Portal.
Synonym for Gate, something or other. Corridor. No,
No, Vermilion Corridor works.
that's what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I like the leader for Team Coffee, but I didn't really like her weapon. I don't know why, but yeah.
You didn't like that thing?
I like her weapon more than her personality.
Yeah, I know, right?
I thought it was pretty cool.
I don't like the amping up of Velvet, and it just didn't feel like it went anywhere yet.
Okay, I didn't like.
All right,
that
I
either.
needed. I feel like
If they've been amping up Velvet long enough, she needs to make it to like the finals of that goddamn tournament.
Nope,
She needs to riggedy wreck everybody on her
Riggedy
way
wreck.
right through the first 5
She
rounds.
needs to Shrek all who oppose her.
Tyrannosaurus Shrek her way right up that bracket.
And
And
yes,
she better get through the first 2 matches without even using that damn
yes,
box.
people were making a Shrek reference. If you're over 18, watch Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life.
Okay?
It's not
She needs
over
to make it
yet.
through at least the first 2 rounds without using the box. And then break the box out for like the last few rounds where she actually needs to try.
Well, you know the tournament's gonna get hacked or some shit. That's what I want to see her do it.
I-
It's gonna be tuning exams all over again. You know it is.
Yeah, let's also kind of talk. I think like
I'm waiting for the Mega Grim, like the Menos Grande level Grim.
Yeah.
The Menos Grim Day.
Yes, Mito Scrim Day. Fucking Grimsetto. No Grimsetto. No, I threw that back.
Well, it'll have a waste beam attack. You know it will.
Yeah,
yeah, they will. You're right.
It'll just probably be out of like a claw or a paw or something.
That reminds me of the wave attack that when
Weiss?
Blake was like kicking.
Oh no, yeah,
Torchic
it
ass.
was, and she used
And then
that.
But
she
she used
had
Getsuga
purple-
Tensho.
Yeah, basically her Getsuga Tensho on Torchic.
Getsuga Tenshoned.
Oh, I think like no, I was from the specials. I think there was like you can kind of gather maybe a little bit of information.
I
from
feel like
it.
most of the specials didn't really tell us anything new though.
No, they didn't.
Not anything new.
I mean, I like
but-
that. I want okay. It's like this.
What?
When you see specials in these kind of fights, I want to see those kind of things again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want those just to be one-time things that we saw in a fight. Now, Blake
Oh, you
using
mean, yeah.
Not for
moves.
the special.
We were talking about like
moves.
World
Oh.
Remnant episodes.
Yes,
Oh,
I was
oh,
saying
oh.
that.
But I agree
like,
with you though.
If you listen, like there's like certain stuff for each one. I noticed.
Well, it's mostly confirming stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
I, mean,
I guess
not
we
just
need,
after
but-
the facts, but I'm saying like that you could kind of predict for the story.
I guess.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to provide information, because I don't know if there's enough to support that, but go for it.
I mean, I trust when Cortana tells me things, but but I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, which one of them is
The narrator.
Yeah, she is in Cortana. One
I think
final
the
effort.
Dust one kind of well, it's still vague, but I guess like Dust may be affecting their environment or their world when they're saying the world.
Yeah.
The
Now, did I
kingdoms-
give my theory about dust creation in like a previous episode or in the Lost episode?
I think you should. I think it was in Lost. Let's
Yeah.
just do it just in case.
With technical
it's working.
difficulties, this episode's gonna be long, so go for it.
Yeah.
How it was like, I'm pretty sure, theoretically speaking, let's hypothesize that like the moon in its different forms, like as it goes from big ass version to dusty version, that some sort of lunar ray causes the creation of dust.
You mean Regolith?
Oh,
No.
well, I don't.
Is it coming out from the fucking sky? God. Clearly the moon rays promote rock growth to make dust, or something similar.
Oh. Yeah, because they were telling us to pay attention to the moon. So.
Yeah.
It's like moon goes from big
totally,
to dust.
I totally made a science reference. But
And then
anyway.
there was, and then all the songs were talking about moon protecting bullshit.
Uh-huh.
They did.
And then-
they did.
So clearly the moon makes dust, and that's why there's so goddamn much of it, and why they mine it all the goddamn time, and why stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a giant ass pit that is mined every couple months when it
It
gets
was
more
like-
dust.
when they were talking about the dust and especially they were saying something about like affecting their entire world. I'm wondering like what.
Oh, yeah, one where the moon's rays hit. Oh wait, everywhere. So clearly the sun, when it bounced off the moon, makes dust.
And
Like
also
his
how like when you see the opening trailers, a lot of times with Ruby behind the moon.
Yeah, that. And then what was the other one? And then
Even though she doesn't really have many specials, it's kind of
She can make rose petals.
yeah. That's
She can make everywhere look fabulous.
fabulous.
No.
For the kingdoms, I think you can kind of get an idea of what Cinder might try to do, because it was talking about how the kingdoms have to, if for humanity even survive, they have to be working together, or they have to stand together.
Yeah, but see, we already know that Cinder's not even the main one in control. There's somebody higher up even above her.
Yes, but I'm saying like for what she wants to do, because we already know she hacked. And we already know a big event's coming up.
Well, then again, we don't really know she hacked. For all we know, she just kind of put a USB drive in, hit the buttons. She just ran a program on a USB drive for all we know.
Yeah.
I mean, it still had her queen symbol on, though.
Is it hers?
Something.
Is it her queen symbol?
Or is she the queen?
Or is it someone else's queen symbol?
Yeah. Is she the queen?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I know.
I know you don't know yet, that's why I said it.
But it's like, she couldn't even... I think they would have noticed if something was hacked. I think she could have just gotten information. Those are two different things.
I think I think...
I mean, you might have to hack for information, but I'm not saying she left like viruses behind or some shit.
And then
I think she could have.
It's possible, but I feel like...
And then Torchwick singing that cell without his hat on.
Yeah.
Kind of bothers me.
Okay, remember when...
It's like, why would they take his hat away?
Remember when he got put in?
Yeah.
Emerald and,
Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury put him in, so they could have done something, or, like, even, like...
The issue is we don't know how good Glamour is in this show, so we don't know if there's, like, some sort of magical body double.
That's
or
what I was
otherwise,
thinking.
like, he had his hat on. He had his hat on when he went into the thing, but, like... Some of them had plenty of time to do stuff, as well as it's interesting to note that if anyone was paying any attention at all, someone could have seen Cinder in the clothes that Ruby first met her in.
Yeah.
And I realized I misplaced that article, but she was wearing the clothes from the first encounter. And I'm pretty sure even the other encounter. So if anyone saw Cinder in that, now that Ruby's seen Cinder's face and other stuff, they could figure it out and be like, oh, that's Cinder.
I hope so. I'm still kind of interested as far as like Ironwood too, and I don't think Ozpin's gonna get fired. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. It's kind of like looming over our heads.
Oh yeah, that announcement from the council we find out.
I don't know, because the tournament is gonna go to shit. We all know that.
I want to get a couple fights in first.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we got Sasuke versus Gaara. We need to get like somebody versus somebody. Cool, like two that we want to see.
Pretty much.
Like, you know what would be a great idea? Because everyone wanted to see Sasuke fight. Everyone wanted to see Gaara fight. Because we didn't know much about Gaara, and we knew Sasuke was awesome. So clearly Blake has to fight Velvet. And that fight needs to get almost all the way done until the finishing blow is about to be dealt by somebody. and then it gets fucked up. Because we don't know anything about Velvet, so she's a Gaara of the situation. But we know a lot about Blake, and we still want to see her kick some ass. So there's like the Sasuke. Then Sasuke's about to beat Gaara too, so means Blake can beat Scarlet, and no one would be upset about that. And then Adam can show up.
Wait. So Cinder's team is Mercury, Emerald, her, and
Neo and Torchwick.
And now I guess Adam.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam, yeah. Oh my gosh. And subsequently with Adam, the loyalty of the White Fang.
But see, that's the thing too, is they just kind of like need to... I don't know, it seems like they're kind of like the Orochimaru of the group, where they're too powerful at the time that we knew of for anybody to touch.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but when we get the Red Fang...
Be interesting if there was a Red Fang.
Well, no, I'm making...
Yeah, I know you didn't. Yeah,
there's the White Lotus and the White Fang.
Yeah.
No, it's the Red Lotus and the Red Fang. Clearly we need the Red Fang.
It's a Legend of Korra reference. Totally.
Except because it's the roles reverse where the White Fang was good, now the Red Fang has to be kick-ass motherfuckers. They're all badass.
They have to be. No, the Red Fang...
It needs to be like the original
the
White...
Red Fang needs to like be like the bloody Red Fang. Like.
Well, no, it needs to be like those OG White Lotus members from the original Avatar, where it's like the old ruckety-ass dudes that are like ripped as shit.
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden, like, Genryu Yamamoto shows up and he's like, prepare yourself.
I'm gonna turn everything to
I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna kill it.
Oh my gosh.
You don't. I'm gonna do it. Alright, we done?
Are we?
I can't remember what I was concluding from the Grim one. But yeah, there was that Grim one too, where we actually learned...
Well, we know Grim are actually heartless now.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, Hollows... I mean,
So,
why don't you dragon?
if they're Grim Heartless Hollows...
Well, you can capture hollows, though, right?
No, you fucking
They
can't.
usually just
You can capture Heartless.
Yeah, and you don't capture the Heartless. You kill the Heartless and take the heart. That powers them.
But
we don't really know what we can take.
Grim eat things. Grim eat things with negative emotions. So do Hollows. So clearly, when your Grim eats another Grim, you get a Ronkar.
Okay. That's where those
so
giant
I'm
ones
going to
came
call them
from.
Arc Grim.
Arc Grim.
And then the Arc Grim, or the Demi Grim, who knows, whatever we call them.
Yeah.
You mean the Adhuchas? Which sounds like a terrible... Adhuchas really does sound
Fucking half human, half
You know what I'm
shit.
thinking?
Yes, I do. But, yeah, so the Bitchin' Grim, they get bigger and better. And then we get, like, the super big-ass ones that are, like,
It would
city,
be very-
city takers.
ones.
It would be very
Yeah.
interesting to see like sentient Grim. That would be very interesting, and what side they would take once they were sentient. Because it's not going to be like Aizen bullshit where they like just follow him because he made them. So
I'm waiting to see, like, Grim that have, like, melded into society as, like, because they can, like, copycat things.
Oh.
I have
they're, like-
different abilities.
They're, like,
that
mimics
are-
that just, like, hide out in the human life.
Uh-huh.
That would be interesting.
That would be.
I meant when you said that, I thought of a Grim society like of its own.
I mean, I'm sure that could work, but it's a
not
pack.
not necessarily afraid of humans, but they just don't
We saw a group of elephants doing that.
associate with them. Yeah,
All those elephants were fucking ginormous.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a gigafint. A gigelephant.
Gig Elephanto.
Now, we're working on this. We've seen airborne Grim and groundborn Grim. What about, like, the squid Grim?
Yeah, they
How
need
about
to be,
the water
They need to
Grim?
be water Grim.
So they had to Team Ruby had to be on a boat or something.
They fight underwater.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
My only issue with that would be, you'd know, like, Weiss and Nam would be fine, because she can dick around with ice and stuff to move around. Ruby
Yeah.
Ruby and Nam would be fine. But you know they make some shitty joke about Blake refusing to go into the water the
Yeah.
entire goddamn time.
Yeah.
And that would bother me so much.
Yeah,
Do
so
you
I'm
think
waiting,
Blake
I'm waiting
will
for that
be able,
soundtrack.
from like knowing, from actually finding out when we got to find out more about Blake? How do you think if she had to fight Adam, what do you think would happen? Do you think she?
I don't
could-
know if she's
And
directly
does she have
do
her
it.
dust or not? And does she want to hurt him?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
that's really true.
That's always the issue with these shows. Do they really want to hurt somebody? Do they really want to hurt you? 'Cause if the answer is yes, then they'll win. If the answer is no, they'll probably lose.
Mm-hmm.
Once their friends
She'll
show up.
probably-
Because everyone knows, friendship overcomes the weakness that is positive emotion.
There's Oh yeah, I was also thinking for the whole Torchic thing. Doesn't even matter if he's like taken out because we already know like.
We already
what I'm saying.
neoed.
You already know that Neo can just like probably teleport in, take him out at any time they want, or.
It depends on whether or not they still need him, honestly.
Or whether or not how teleportation works.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know, it's line of sight.
It could be.
In which case, that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
That would be.
Or it's like Haku's ice mirrors.
But that really does depend because now if they're going in and getting Adam into this, do they need Torchwick anymore?
Not really.
To be fair, they never need Torchwick.
They never did. So it's really like, why are you even here, bro? And the sad thing is that
And they still never use all that dust.
yeah,
I think it's some bombs, but let's say they made bombs out of dust, which is a stupid ass idea. Like,
I guess they just used him to stockpile since he had some sort of know-how for that. I guess. While they did other
Suppose.
stuff.
He was just like a hired grunt.
did
they
we
used.
do episodes where we found backstory from Yang and Ruby?
Yeah, we
do
done
those?
that.
Did we do
We've
those?
done
Okay.
We did that, but if you want to bring up anything, it's fine.
No, I was just making sure we didn't do that.
Nah, we have everything except for these last few.
I can't remember which episode. So which episode did we get cut off though? Is this
When they,
on-
anything for the mountain, I think.
Yep. I think it was the infiltration episode, and we had to redo it.
Yeah, because I remember also there was one that we had like a part of it was gone, but we still uploaded it, I think.
I forgot.
But yeah, the backstory stuff was we got everything for pretty much all more extensively for Yang, Ruby, and Blake. A little tiny bit for Weiss. Like when they were like you were bringing up before how when Ublik made them kind of think about it when becoming huntresses, and they were like staying up at night and talking about it and thinking
Yeah,
more about it and discussing it.
I kind of wonder if we'll ever see Weiss's sister, just because they make a reference to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, well, why
I don't
would
know.
she
We've
be
seen your
there?
Oishi sister now.
Oh my god. Any of you who read Bleach know how bullshit that
That is
was.
an incredibly topical joke.
Oh god.
We should talk about that when we're done, by the way.
Oh my
We
god.
didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah, and then people were pointing out. Did you notice the necklace?
That's an art asset, though.
Huh?
That's an art asset, though.
What do you mean?
If you're talking about how multiple characters have the exact same gun and necklace on,
Well, I mean, do you think like it means?
there is no meaning between it. It's an art asset, I guarantee it.
Okay.
It's like, what would the combination be? It's like, oh yeah, clearly, that one chick who has the first one on, they're clearly related to the other person. Clearly. There'd be no meaning to it. They shop at the same stores. It's a small world. They're all in the same goddamn city. There's probably only like 2 or 3 jewelry stores anyway. They probably all source from the same wholesaler too, so it's like, okay, there's one brand necklace they both happen to buy. They're both wearing like 9 necklaces anyway. The probability is astronomical.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess it's 3 of them because I only noticed that for what was that girl's name? The leader of Team Coffee, Raven, and Neo.
Nah, no
But
way.
Neo, oh my gosh, Neo. Oh, did you notice Neo's eyes changed to?
Well, we knew that the first time though.
No, they changed to. I don't think they changed to that color before. They changed to silver when she was like spooked by Raven.
I don't know. That could just be an
The only thing
effect.
we've confirmed from that now is that it wasn't an accident the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, when she had those original eye colors in the previous episode.
How they kept changing.
Mm-hmm.
All we know that now is that wasn't an accident.
Yeah, we know that. So, cause like.
But what we do know is that Neo knows who Raven is,
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
which I guess is important enough.
And that's why people were like pointing out the whole like necklace thing, but I don't think like you were saying it's
It's
that
stupid.
significant.
They're trying to draw connections where there aren't any connections.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We can just tell by the action that she knew that she could not
No, there was no action. Raven showed up, and the amount of nope that flooded into Neo was ungodly.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh. That's so badass. I like her I like Raven's weapon to have a traditional sword.
Traditional telescoping katanas.
Oh yeah,
You know, I'm pretty sure it's for the Edo period, right, Kinston?
Sure.
Telescoping katanas.
Well, I meant the shape and then like just using it in that style, I guess.
The only other interesting part is the fact that Adam has the rose imagery, and so does someone relative to Raven,
Mm-hmm.
and they're both red and black, and they both use katanas, and they both use the Aijutsu, and that.
That is interesting.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that might mean something more than.
That's a thing. To an
Yeah.
extent, at the very least.
Wait, for the I don't know for the katana. Who's the other person with the katana?
Adam. He doesn't
Oh.
use the same style. Like, she has her blade's longer and
Yeah,
more.
her blade's longer and more traditional.
swifty.
He has a shotgun kind of sword kind of thing.
She's a minigun fucking katana. That's so fucking traditional. The style of sword itself is similar. Like, he's just slightly shorter than average. She uses slightly longer than average.
Yeah.
But the sword style they use, what I was pointing out, is being the same.
Okay.
They both use the Iaijutsu.
And I just meant the blades. I didn't mean like the weapon itself or like the scabbard, because I know that's.
Well, you mentioned the shotgun part, which is the gun part.
So, yeah, they could. I want to find out any sort of connection.
The thing is, we don't know how swordsmanship works in that world. Like,
Nope.
here, if there's not enough different sword styles, like if I wanted to learn a martial arts style, there's only so many places I can go.
Pretty much.
So there, I would imagine to be even more so, given that most of the world's Grim based. So it's like you have your bastion cities and your smaller cities and settlements. So for the two people that know the same style and both be good at it, you'd suspect they'd know each other,
Mm-hmm.
or at the very least have heard of each other,
Yep.
or had a similar master.
I think.
Or a
similar
group of master.
maybe.
I could see a similar master.
Yeah. I could see that too.
Who knows? Everything's up for speculation.
I know you guys want to finally see, or we were talking about finally seeing at least Ruby's uncle maybe next season.
Yeah, Crow should be a thing.
Eventually.
Oh, Yang drew his symbol in that episode when she was saying the story about how Crow saved her and everything.
Yeah, because Crow was in the story.
Yeah, so she like actually drew his symbol. We could actually see it on the chalkboard there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she knows him. She lived with him.
I'm just saying we could see the symbol. That's
She's
all.
her uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already talked about how weird the whole team thing was.
Yeah, to an extent.
For the whole, you were like pointing out the whole hooking up thing.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Wait, what?
Remember for the team, we found out that it was Ruby's mom, Yang's mom.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How basically that one guy went through every
Yes.
single one of the team?
Yes.
Say, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna get you with the kid, then you're gonna die, I'm gonna get her with the kid, then she's gonna die. She's gonna run off.
Yeah, run off.
I'm gonna run out of females, I'm just gonna go chill in my house. Go be a bum now.
It was him, those two, and then who was the fourth one? I can't remember. Oh, Crow. It was Crow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, me and my bro, I'm gonna cockblock him constantly.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Cock intercept all of this.
Intersection.
I'm guessing from how during the series played out that probably maybe Ospen, Glenda, and
Osmond,
Ironwood
Glenda,
maybe were on
Ironwood,
a
and
team.
one other person were on
Yeah.
a team.
just from how well they know each other.
I could have seen that being a thing.
Didn't they
Yeah.
say that though?
No.
I don't know if
Are
they
you
did
sure
or
they
not.
confirmed that?
They
I
haven't
don't
really said
remember.
it, but we can just see from their interactions that you can assume it.
It is a heavy
could have sworn they
implication.
said
It's
it
a
was a
heavy
team.
implication if it's not. I don't know if they ever did say that,
Not
but
in the episodes.
he
That's
knows him very well.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, it's very possible that was a thing. But then again, do you think that Ozpin is young, around the age of Ironwood? I would have to think he's older.
I mean, we already know he's more mature, and that kind of translates a little bit to elder. But I'm not really sure about age, even in the series. Well, because we're always told the ages. So, he said he knew him for years.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. This is like speculation. We don't have enough information to really get that. Something about asking like who's Penny's father. We really don't have information about that. There's no one that we know of now that could be.
Oh yeah, I forgot Penny's in the tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone's in the tournament
Everyone
though.
is.
Like everyone that's not a teacher. That's
Who-
probably only because they aren't allowed to enter.
What matches are you excited for?
I mean,
The ones we can see 'cause we aren't going to because it's a tuning exam.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about that because I don't really know what matchups are going to be.
Well, I mean, just like
I'm
just
hoping
you-
my tuning exam Sasuke Gara combination match happens.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty.
I wouldn't all be
it'll
opposed to
it'll be
that.
interesting.
Is Coffee gonna be in the tournament?
I would assume if
Yeah.
Velvet's going to be there, Coffee's
Yeah.
going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming most of them are gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's probably not like it's probably not a voluntary thing. It's probably like
Yeah, if you go to Beacon,
probably
you
like an
probably
assignment.
are. Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, you're in the tournament. Congratulations.
I wonder
Even though it's stupid.
how the little things are gonna change since Ironwood is doing some stuff.
It'll be noticeable.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot more robots.
Yup.
But other than that, I feel like it'll be the exact same.
In the fight.
Except it'll be harder for Kabuto to get in Genjutsu everybody because
Pretty
there's so many
much.
more robots that he can't
Pretty much.
Genjutsu.
That's what's also thinking from the whole like, getting to the system thing because they're so dependent on robots. Because you could take control of robots.
From a civilian-based communications tower, I don't think you can, sir. You don't think?
It wasn't civilian based. It was near Beacon. I would assume they would have important.
No, it was the
stuff.
CCT tower.
What?
It was the tower they went to in that other episode, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Or was it
It was
Beacon
right
Tower?
next to
Don't
Beacon,
think
and it
so.
was actually heavily protected. There was no guards when Weiss went in for that public one. But like that one was like.
So they used the campus library
No, it
to
wasn't the
send
campus.
an episode up in my.
It wasn't the campus library.
My computer's supposed to never mind.
Alright,
Screen's in
man.
black for a second. I'm like, never mind, I got this.
The campus library was like a little bit different, but this one was.
How are we running right now as far as
like
time?
35 minutes. We're fine.
They like, cause they it wasn't. I would assume.
Either way, though, you think that's going to be hooked up to a different country's military network?
Well, I mean, they're using. I think they would use the local troops there.
Okay, so you can get all of Beacon's robots.
Yeah,
oh wait,
Beacon's
there are no Beacon robots. They're all that Ironwood's robots.
He's saying that basically, even if the robots are at Beacon, they're like
They're not using Beacon internet.
Yeah.
No, I thought they
they're
were.
using
From
Ironwood
that one
internet.
episode, they said it was gonna be. Well, they were gonna be deployed at Beacon, so I thought they would be like under.
No.
Well,
that
no.
system.
They were just showing them off, like in that little.
They might
town
be able to be
square.
deployed there, but they're still gonna link up through the Ironwood's internet.
Yeah.
And given the range they're at, I would not be surprised if every one of those ships that's flying around right now is its own broadcast point.
Oh, like the.
If they're
Yeah.
smart, every one of
Yeah.
those ships will talk to every other one of those ships in terms of an internet network.
Yeah.
And that will be the internet, is the net of ships.
Dude, that is so
And-
badass. Like.
That's how internet works.
Yeah. With the
It's a giant
satellites.
interwoven net of things, of servers. That's how it works. So I'll just put the server on a ship and have it fly around like an asshole, and then have all your robots below you. And then as long as your ships are somewhere nearby, I'm sure the robots will all work. I mean, I'm sure they probably could link up through Beacon's networks, but I don't think Cinder's going to be able to drive all the ships far enough away to have them required to go through Beacon.
Yeah, she's not that good.
She doesn't have a Manos Grande grip.
Not
The
yet.
Nevermore Part
Not that
2.
We know.
The Manos Nevermore.
No, it's never. The Forever Fallen.
We don't need
You're
boss
right.
mods now.
This isn't even my final form.
Let's say, okay, so what if she was able to though? Would
Okay,
that
well-
even be a threat? Because like the robots kind of seemed a little bit not as effective as I thought they would be, like against the
Well-
Grim.
What do we say about that? They're like they're good in numbers, but if you're good enough to
Yeah,
just
one
take
on one, you could beat the shit out of them.
them- Yeah.
But like a squadron of them, or like how they just basically carpet bomb the area with robots, then they're a bit more of a threat. It's probably because they're not using dust.
Yeah.
I feel like dust is kind of like a Zanpakuto or Chakra. It's like, sure, you can fight without it, but you're gonna get wrecked by everyone else who doesn't, or by who does use it.
pretty much.
It's like if they made a dust robot, that'd work better.
that'd be better, but
Like,
they don't
the
have
they
giant
all
dust-
powered by dust?
The giant dust mech, that seemed to work great, but they need to fire around like dust bullets.
I mean, like they're all powered by dust, right?
As far as
As far as we know,
don't know that they
but
don't-
we don't really.
we don't know, they don't have gasoline or batteries, but we
I
don't
think the dust
know
episode
they're
said
running on
that
dust.
for the robots.
I mean, it makes sense,
Yeah,
and it led more evidence to my recreation theory.
that'd be
Because
that's interesting with the moon. Yeah.
with how much goddamn dust they're using, they need to be having a reliable source. Otherwise, they would have run out of it a long time. Like, we're running out of oil. And they would have done that, but like 200-300 years ago, at the rate they're
they
moving.
use it for everything.
Yeah, they
like
do.
literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be come back somehow.
And then like every single thing around the city being like having those hologram panel things and like being powered too. Like,
So I'm assuming, well, if the moon cycle is roughly how it does on our world, they'd get a new supply of dust every month, basically.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Which seems like, depending on how many mining operations you have, would probably be pretty good for the supply you'd need to run some cities. Obviously, if they somehow got rid of the Grim enough to take over most of the world, it'd probably start becoming an issue. But at the very least, where they're at now, 12 supplies of dust a year would be able to keep up and keep dust at a reasonable price,
Seems legit.
I think
especially if you're using slave labor to get it all,
can you
or
use
child
like,
labor, or
Oh
whatever,
my gosh.
whatever their faunus labor, faunus
Oh
children's,
yeah, yeah.
child faunus slave labor.
Oh my gosh.
Fondest pups.
The most politically charged statement you could ever have in that show.
They couldn't they use like a bunch of robots to like eliminate Grim? Or like
I
take
mean,
land?
I mean, I feel like you could start trying to eliminate all the Grim, but it'd be more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
maybe
bad as that sounds.
No,
might be
it's
too,
just
like,
true.
costly,
There's so
right?
many of them.
Yeah.
Depends. Like, it'd just be weird.
Yeah.
And we still don't know about the higher level Grim. We only
No,
know
we
the-
don't.
We only saw like one.
I just don't think right now that's the case, and it's not really the point even of the show. You know, Grimm are the enemy, but they're not the main thing.
I think we need to be concerned about better Grimm though eventually before it gets kind of like shown in E.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we need to hear about them now, so that when they show up later, we aren't like, where did these come from? Where were these in the first 4 seasons? It's like we need to at least be told about them.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's something like something kind of like
Grimmzilla.
sneaky, like there's a newspaper in the background with something on it, or like a book titled like Ultra Large Class Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
When we saw when we first saw Raven, I thought she, just because of how better her mask is, I thought she might have something like related to the Grimm. But I'm not really sure.
Well, she just has a better artist. Like,
probably.
she has a better craftsman working in her. She's a better tailor.
Especially with like the kind of power she had and everything to do those dimension
I
things.
mean, I feel like it would just be like for her. The White Fang needs a lot of masks, so they get the simple ones.
That really is what it is.
Whereas she's getting a custom mask for her and only her, so she can afford to go a little bit more extravagant. Like
Pretty much.
Like that mask right there took my buddy like a week to make, and he wasn't even doing just that. He was doing that like side thing, going to school and working like a job and a half.
Versus if he put all his effort into it.
So, I'm sure if you had a decent craftsman with modern tools, you could make enough for the White Fang without much issue. Or one for... It probably wouldn't take her or Raven to get a replacement. Wouldn't take her more than a week, probably.
Yeah, I was forgetting about thinking about her being like with the White Fang too.
I don't think she is with the White Fang.
No, there's no way.
You don't think?
No.
I mean, Grimm masks seem like the White Fang's they're most well known for it, but it seems like that's the logical conclusion. If like, I need a mask that looks cool but still works to mask. Gee, what am I gonna pick?
The mask.
Am I gonna pick a Grimm, a bunny, a tree, or a human? It's like
the mask helped her fit in on the train, but you already know like.
But it's not like anyone would mistake for a second that she's one of them. It's like they all have similar get-ups. They're all like wearing like white and gray with masks.
That's what I'm trying
she
to,
strolls
that's
up here with a giant ass fucking gun sword and red and black and giant ass mask, beating the shit out of people. And it's like, okay, whoa, you're not one of us. I would have known about you.
Pretty much. But it's interesting that Neo knows who she is. So there's a lot of like things open for answering.
She knows not to fuck with her.
And pretty much like season 1 wasn't as much like that, so I feel like that is a good thing. That season 2 just like this big air hole open and it's like, oh hey,
yeah,
you have some questions you should answer.
And Yang's little dream thing.
Well, that's gonna be a dream. We don't know.
We don't know for sure.
It just looked really well, like rendered, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it gave the
You
smoky
don't think,
appearance
like,
of a dream.
She kind of like visited her or like saw her in her dream or something.
Well, it's like we don't know it's a dream.
Yeah,
Sure. Initial like
they were going to
inkling.
bed.
A lot of people think it's a dream. I don't really know.
That's the initial feeling you get because it's all kind of like hazy.
Yeah,
and in fact, it happened.
And in fact, it's a completely different art style.
Yeah,
the background is like.
So either they're showing off like, hey, we got an upgrade again for the second time, or it's like, this is a different thing, a different place, different time, different thing. The Kamui world.
It looks it looks like a different world. Like if you look in the background, it's like
it should have
does
been a
not
stage.
look like Vale.
Well, we've seen that place though. It's like right out front of Beacon, I think.
Yeah, it is. See, it
No,
like
it's like the statue and everything. But if you look past in the background, like if you look where Yang's walking and like back, like it doesn't look like the similar like setting of Vale in that area that we've already seen before.
Well, Beacon's a big place.
Well, I know, but
We've seen like maybe a tenth of Beacon,
I still think it's a
and
dream
we've seen
thing.
less than that. Well,
Because like I feel like if it did happen like right after they came back, I think for them like the rest of Team Ruby to not really notice her being gone.
this isn't really a question. We'll figure this out like episode 1.
Yeah, we probably
Because if
will.
she mentions it, then it's a thing.
Yup.
Then it happened. Then it's then she'll tell us right up.
Yeah, she will. That's
if Yang
be...
mentions it at all, then we'll know.
Oh, you don't think they'll try to keep it from us?
Or if, well, she's like, Kai, come with me, you need to talk. Okay, cool, they're gonna talk.
Even if
Okay, that'll tell us right there. It's like, where are they talking? How are they talking? They're talking in the world.
Even if she keeps it from her team, we're gonna know. It's just not gonna be something that just goes away.
Yeah.
You know, if it doesn't pick up right there, it'll pick up with her like thinking about it, and you'll be like, you know,
So this isn't a Return of Grimmjow or anything. This is important stuff.
yeah. Oh God,
You're telling me a little bit about that.
They were just gonna mention it like 2 years ago and not bring it up ever again.
Or Nell too, how they showed her back, and it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna address those things.
Do you think
God, spoilers.
Yang will get a power up?
I mean,
I don't know where she can go though. Like,
yeah,
oh, she has more shotgun or more fire. It's like, okay, like at least with Blake you get alright, new elements. Or Weiss, you get new application of glyph / ice. Or Ruby, you get, I guess,
faster,
more spin.
I don't know.
More snipey snipe.
Ruby does need something.
She can get a scope. And finally, use the sniper rifle for sniping.
Yeah.
Sniper, go sniping. But Yang, like, okay, she gets more Super Saiyan.
Or maybe
she can shoot Ki Blast. I don't
maybe the
know.
fire changes colors. I don't know.
Maybe like more
Amaterasu
for semblance in a way. Maybe.
The semblance is just about the damage intake, pretty much. That's.
She'll become Phaeton from Hunter x Hunter and just like regenerate all her wounds and shoot like a massive energy beam.
Yes.
Based on the amount of damage she took. That was always his thing. He only ever used once. He only ever fought once. It's like, I'll tank all your damage and then I'll just heal it all and then shoot all my energy that I just got from regeneration at you in like a sun form.
Okay. Synthesis equals solar beam. Well, something like that. I'm pretty sure this is... Okay, I'm gonna stop making Pokemon references that I don't understand. Okay.
But I'm excited for Volume 3. Season 3, basically.
Yeah, it'll be a while. I'm excited for
a few months at least.
Yeah, I'm not like, it's amazing. It's gonna be in the back of my head.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get a trailer in like maybe 6 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. But the diaries again too, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. I would not mind seeing those again. Or like, when you get the DVDs, do they do the commentary things?
Yes,
probably.
They do.
Now that's cool because I would.
I think they released on one of the DVDs. They talked about how they done it before, where it was Miles and Carrie, who were the writers. They did a read through of all of the entire first season, or like at least a few episodes of it, trying to do all the character voices themselves.
Oh my gosh!
So this is two dudes in a sound booth trying to make all the female character voices.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously the characters they voice well because they voice some of the characters, but like all the other ones are just super shitty.
I mean, I know Miles is John.
Yeah, he brings up John a lot when he's talking and doing stuff for Ruby.
Well, that's because he's the character.
I know,
John,
but
yeah.
like, that's how we can remember really fast and easily.
Oh, I don't remember it that way. I just remember.
Well, the thing is, I was a fan of Rooster Teeth before that, so I already know most of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember.
And I say most of them.
talking.
But the issue is, in the time I've been watching, they went from like a 20-person company to like a 90-person company, so I don't know all of them anymore. There's probably a time when I probably could have named every goddamn employee at Rooster Teeth, but now it's like, alright, who are these people? Like, who are half of you? Like, who's that guy?
Yeah, it's really cool how Rooster Teeth's become really big, or becoming bigger and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, now they're working on their movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this isn't a Rooster Teeth podcast, or a podcast about Rooster Teeth.
We are not sponsored by Rooster Teeth.
Unfortunately.
A movie. They're gonna have 3 series out now. Even though
But if you want to sponsor us, then let's go to RTX.
Even though I'm not gonna watch the 3rd one.
Yeah, like...
That looks
I'll
like
keep watching Red vs. Blue, I'll keep watching Ruby, I'll keep watching your podcast and your Let's Plays and your Achievement Hunters and all your other crap.
That looks like it was gonna be like some Nickelodeon cartoon.
But like X-Ray and Vav, like, okay, the joke was funny. You didn't need to make an anime cartoon about it.
It started from a joke?
Yeah, it was I think it was like maybe a GTO Let's Play. And Gavin made some joke about being a superhero. Of course, superhero name would be Vav. And Ray they were on a team. He was on a team with Ray. He was like, "Oh, what's Ray's team gonna be?" He's like, "Oh, it'll be X-Ray and Vav." And then the fans loved the shit out of that, so they just kept going with like X-Ray and Vav. And then they cosplayed as them for one of the RTXs.
Oh, if it was like 5-minute little things, I wouldn't care. But I hope it's not like
it's like a meme. It became almost like a meme.
Yeah.
And then because they're stupid, they're like, "Oh, instead of like chest bumping or high fiving, what if you like
dick touch,
like, dick bump?" it's like you don't do like a chest bump, but instead of like your chest bump, you're like dick bump.
Oh god.
Yeah, I saw it on I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Which sure, it's a funny joke, but like someone had to take the time to animate that and make that into a show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is why, I mean, they always do the Rooster Teeth animated adventures.
Those are funny enough.
I say that it should be something along those lines, not a big series.
Well, because the only thing about anime adventures was I usually saw the podcast where those jokes happened.
Mm.
So it's like, oh, okay, I knew the joke already, but I get to see the stupid animation for it because of how Jordan works.
Well, I saw a little bit of the live stream from like one of the panels for that. You said it was a Grand Theft Auto game?
I think it probably was.
Cool.
Alright, so are we done here?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
wanted to just like talk about the additional stuff. I think I pretty much got all I wanted to say out.
Okay.